Welcome, Taurus, to Grounded Oracles. Today we're doing a general love read for anybody who has Taurus anywhere in their birth chart. If anything in this resonates for you, it's for you. So trust that, believe that, and welcome. So today we are going to cover self-love, love in family, friends, co-worker relationships, love if you're single and looking for a partner or a soulmate. And then we're also going to talk about love if you're in a committed relationship or marriage. Okay, Spirit, you are truly welcome here. Show us what cards I need to see for the sign of Taurus in the area of self-love. We welcome in all Spirit team members, Spirit, higher selves, to show what Taurus needs to know and understand about self-love. Okay. Start with the Judgment card. Wow. And we have the Moon. Two major arcana starting already. All right. Something is a great mystery. Something has been trying to speak to you. Higher self, spirit. Something that is a mystery, something that is new, hasn't been completely revealed to you. What else does Taurus need to know about self-love? It's time to wake up and do something new, beloved. What else does Taurus need to know? Okay. What else does Taurus need to know about self-love? Okay, we have Page of Wands, and lastly we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, all right, beloved, there are parts of you that are just waiting to be discovered. There are parts of you that you may not have been aware of or only gotten a glimpse of, like the moon shining, you don't see the whole picture. You only see it in part. And with the Page of Wands, you are being invited to have a passionate love affair with yourself. I know that might sound a little strange to some of you, but love as we see it in the movies, love as we dream about, some of that is possible. Some of that doesn't just have to be a dream. Some of it is far-fetched in thinking that one person can complete us, right? We are spiritual whole beings in of ourselves. We don't need to have somebody else to complete us. We want that. Our lives are better. They're enriched. But it is not necessary. So, understanding that the kind of love that we dream of in other people needs to start with ourselves. And I'm preaching to the choir here too, Taurus. This is not something that I take lightly, nor is this something that I am ignoring as I say this to you now. I do not love myself in this deep, passionate way, this fiery appreciation that we should have for all of our being. But we are constantly being invited to become the spark ourselves, to be ablaze with love, with kindness, compassion to ourselves and to others. You are being invited, beloved, very special invitation to learn to love yourself, the parts about yourself that you know, okay? And to appreciate yourself. I actually think that you need to write yourself a love letter to the parts that you know and to the parts that you don't know, because there is a huge shift coming for you, transformation coming for you. If you have not heard the call yet, you will hear it as soon as you start making intentional effort to learn to like yourself, then love yourself, and to love yourself deeper. There are parts of yourself that are waiting to be explored, because they are going to be a gift to yourself and a gift to others. Okay? Your way of thinking, the way you process things, the way that you see things and explain things to others is very, very special and unique. And there are new experiences waiting to happen that is going to challenge your thinking in everyday life, from hobbies to work to just the way that you sit and communicate with spirit. Very special, but has gone unnoticed within you. Some of it are things that you didn't even know existed within you. Some of you are either really young or you have a very youthful spirit. Doesn't mean you can't be an old spirit who's gone through many lifetimes, but in this life, there's a youthful exuberance about you, but you haven't always loved and appreciated yourself. So there's an interesting balance that needs to occur there. There are going to be some things that you say about yourself that you're going to realize are not beneficial. It's almost like you're going to hear it as if someone's yelling in your ear, and you will realize that you haven't been true to yourself, that you haven't appreciated yourself and the masterpiece that you are, Taurus. I've got goosebumps. Like, this is really, really special. You are a gift that you will unwrap. And this is the beginning of a beautiful new cycle, beautiful new way of life. This obviously is going to take time to unfold. But there's going to be a moment in time where you hear yourself and how you disrespect yourself, of how you allow others to disrespect you. You got to hear like your own voice in your head really, really loud. And it's going to be the catalyst for this change. If you've already experienced this, Taurus, this calling, this loud voice, leave a comment in the comment box. I'd love to know when that happened for you. What did that look like? For others of you, this is something that is coming in the very near future. Will you accept the call, Taurus? Okay, Spirit, what else does Taurus need to know about their self-love journey? Is there anything else, Spirit, that Taurus needs to know about their self-love journey? All right, we got one more card. And we have the wheel. My goodness, 3 major arcanas. Okay, this just confirms deeply that you have a constant invitation to do this, but it's something that you have been almost disrespecting in yourself by not honoring it, and your whole life can change. The circumstances might not change, but your perspective will change everything. What may have been a burden before may be considered a joy, a pleasure. We're talking about that kind of transformation, Taurus. And I see the pharaoh's head here, right? As in, you're going to see yourself in a new powerful way. What you have to offer, what your little kingdom has to offer. And it's very special. Okay. All right, Spirit. Now we're going to take a look at love with friends, family, co-workers, neighbors. Spirit, what does Taurus need to know about love in their community? Love with close relations, friends, people they work with. What does Taurus need to know? Okay, first card is the Strength card. My goodness, you have a lot of major arcana. Okay, what else does Taurus need to know? Second card is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. feel like others see you as being very independent, hardworking, got your face to the grindstone. Your work ethic is unparalleled to others. You have a lot to be proud of. You have a lot to offer. You have a glowing strength about you, Taurus. Something that is very precious. Something that is very, what's the word for it? It's not charismatic, but something that people are going to be heavily drawn to. Something you can't see in yourself yet. You are very much appreciated, admired. You have people who really want to be like you, Taurus. You exude strength. Okay, what else does Taurus need to know about love of community, friends, family? Okay, we have the Six of Swords. Okay, you've come out of a lot, right? You've had a lot of trauma, grief, downhill spirals, and you are optimistic about a sunny, brighter future. And you are hope and inspiration to those around you. But I don't think you're seeing this. It ties into the self-love. I don't think you are seeing all that you have to offer. It's time to see the bigger picture, Taurus. Okay, and we have the Ace of Cups. Yeah. So self-love is a huge thing for everybody. But this is a key thing. Other people see you very differently than you see yourself, Taurus, and it's time to get on board, okay? It's time to align how others see you, because they see you in a positive light. They see you as having traits that they would like to have, and you can share some of your tips, your tricks, your secret ingredients to making your life work, to making the boundaries that you have, to time management even. Really incredible. And you have an incredible intuition and love of others. And it's time to extend that to yourself. I am not getting in this that you have a lot of work to do at this time around fixing relationships, mending them. I feel like you are an ideal friend, although nobody's perfect at this stage where you're at. Okay, then we'll get the Eight of Wands. Even the way you communicate is full of warmth, full of joy. You're not cutting with your words. You're respectful. You're kind. You joke around. You have a good sense of humor. And I think you can deliver quick quips, little innuendos, things that are funny to people. If anything, you might want to just be a bit more aware of how some people take things. But overall, you are very well liked and respected. And it's time to honor and respect yourself, Taurus. Okay. That is beautiful. It's time to amp up the self-love. You deserve it. It's your turn. Okay. All right, Spirit. Now we're going to move on to, if you're single, looking for a partner, looking for love, what do you need to know? Not what do you want to know? What do you need to know? Whether you see it, you acknowledge it, or you don't. Okay, what else does Taurus need to know? We've got the Three of Cups. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, your self-love is a foundation that needs to be I keep thinking it needs to be concrete, and it kind of makes me chuckle just because, you know, concrete is the foundation that we use for building. So you really need to have self-love practices in place. You need to have some coping tools in place because you need to allow other people to pour into you, okay? Whether or not this is spirit, whether or not it's your spirit team, close family, friends. Some of you have a sister that you're very close with. Maybe it could be friends that feel like family who have been trying to tell you this, but you've been a bit stubborn in accepting help, listening. You're very, very wise, very practical, Taurus, true to your earth sign nature. But it's time to allow others to love you the way you love them. Very giving, almost to the point where it's hurtful to yourself. Okay. We have, oh my goodness, we have the Sun card. Okay, beautiful. Okay. I feel like that's how other people see you, Taurus. The light in their life. This reading almost makes it sound like you're perfect, right? But you're not. You can only go so far before your cup is totally empty. But other people are loving up on you, but there's a wall for some reason. Do you feel like you're not worthy, Taurus? Okay, Spirit, what else does Taurus need to know? Tell me more about this worthiness. We have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so yeah. There's an area in your life where you feel you're sadly lacking. Something happened. It could have been a series of events. Something where that led you to disappointment in yourself somehow. And that needs some healing. It needs some attention. And I think once you shift your perspective on this, it will help the love of self in. Now, there are still some new things that you're going to learn about yourself that you had no idea of. But there's others that there was light shined on it, and you've almost ignored it. Almost walked away from it prematurely. But you need to let that sun in there, okay? You let the moon in, but it's now time to let the sun in to get rid of all of the clouds, to see the truth for what it is, right? It's okay to embrace your imperfections, Taurus. They don't have to dictate who you are. Okay. Oh. All right. We had the Ace of Swords come out. Okay. Right. The invitation to see things clearly, to see yourself for who you are, who you were designed to be. You are beautiful and acceptable the way you are. Okay. So when it comes to looking for, you're probably like, what does this have to do with, you know, finding my soulmate? It's going to be very important for you to come to terms with these things because somebody else is not going to fill that void within you, okay? They can kind of help soften it for a while, but it's time to embrace all sides of yourself and accept things that happened and allow the light in. And this will actually help your future partner, your future spouse, whatever applies to you, to appreciate you that much more. I think some of you will meet up with someone who may already have children, and you'll be a role model to them, okay? Maybe you have children yourselves and you will be a blended family. That's not clear. But what is clear is that this healing needs to take place before you meet your significant other or before you take things to the next level if you've already met them. Leave a comment if you feel like you've already met this person and just waiting for things to click into place. Beloved, this is a big, big part of what needs to heal. Receiving love, how others see you, forgiving yourself for something that happened or a series of things that happened that you felt that you let yourself down with. Okay. All right. Is there anything else Taurus needs to know about their singles life? But there's a lot of promise coming up. The Sun card, the Three of Cups. Okay, take this card. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to put that over here. All right. All right. So you can plant this beautiful new seed of love, this beautiful new seed of a relationship, this beginning. After you've taken a deep dive into your foundation, a deep dive into your younger years. It doesn't mean it's just as a child. It could have been as a young adult. It could have been 10 years ago. Something foundational to the way you love and the way you allow love in, so that you can experience a love of a lifetime. Beautiful, Taurus. Okay. Now we're going to move on to, if you're in a committed relationship, what does Taurus need to know? Their best and highest good. About the relationship they're in, about how they show up, what they need. Okay, we have the Hangman. What else does Taurus need to know? Okay, we have the Three of Swords. We have the Three of Wands, double threes, growth and expansion of some kind. Right, is there anything else Taurus needs to know about love and a committed relationship? Okay, we have the Devil card. All right. Okay. Right. Some of you, whether or not this is you or your partner, there's been some stagnancy here in the relationship. There's been some, so for some of you, it feels like you've been together a long time, or what might feel like a long time. There's been your ups, your downs. There's been hurt, there's been pain, but there's also been a great deal of love. There's been a great deal of fun. There's been a great deal of reciprocity. But things have gone a little stagnant. Or somebody's been hurt and it hasn't been healed yet. So it is time to try to look at things from another perspective. Some of you will be weighing in as to whether or not extra effort is worth it. Looking out to seeing if there's a new ship coming in. But I feel most of you will really be trying to decide to weigh in on keeping this connection going, and hoping and praying for things to change, because you're not ready to give up. You want this to go further. This isn't going to be for all. Some of you will decide, there is free will. Some of you will decide to put the effort in elsewhere because you're not feeling fulfilled. You're not feeling respected and things haven't changed. You've been hurt one too many times. Some of you, significant other has gone off in, and cheated. And that's heartbreaking. And my heart goes out to you. I pray for you. But many of you, this is about embracing where you're at, that there are ebbs and flows in relationships, even though it's hard. Some of you need to bring more fun into the relationship. Some of you need to start seeing things in a pragmatic kind of way. Some of you are being invited to try to step outside of yourself and really look at things from the opposite perspective than what you have, to try to have those deeper conversations with your significant other to find out what they're thinking, feeling, believing, so that you can be on the same page, so that you can grow together. Some of you where there has been hurt, pain, toxicity of any kind, are being invited to look at it from a growth mindset. For some of you, there's been forgiveness, but then it's still holding a grudge over the person. It's not really true forgiveness, right? If you don't feel like you can truly forgive someone, what's blocking you? What's keeping? Is it something you can work with? Only you can answer that. Okay, what else does Taurus need to know? Some of you, the self-love that you need is because something happened in your relationship that diminished your light, and you allowed it to happen, right? Doesn't give us excuse. It doesn't give others an excuse to treat us poorly, but to a certain point, we allow certain things. So you really need to look at your values, your principles, and either accept, forgive, and move on, or accept, decide to make the change, then make those changes. Okay, and lastly, we have the Ten of Pentacles that came out. Okay, so this just says to me that with the time, with the effort, things can change. You can decide the kind of life you want, right? You can decide and take the steps to get there. But it's going to take some perspective change. And whatever you decide, be clear about your intent. Be clear about your motivation, your why. Because you're going to need that to turn this into a Ten of Pentacles life. Okay? But take your time. Do not rush. Don't take your eye off the prize. And if you don't know what the prize is yet, then you need to really take the time to get clear about this. And you need to forgive yourself and love yourself to be able to make informed decisions. Okay, Taurus. Beautiful reading. Beautiful reading. All right. That is it for our read, Taurus. I hope you found something truly helpful here. Please leave a comment as how I can pray for you, how I can encourage you, and what resonated for you. Have a great week and stay grounded.